Yeah, guys, so this is literally tattooed on my arm, a tattoo that says, "Speak truth." This is how important honesty is to me. It's not just a catchphrase that I say to all of you. It's not just some feel-good little thing that I say in videos. It's not just some clickbaity, interesting marketing thing for my YouTube channel. Honesty is so important to me that I got it tattooed on my goddamn body. And I got this tattoo a few years ago because I had spent a lot of my life, maybe most of my life, hiding the truth, pretending I was fine, lying by omission, hiding my depression, saying whatever I thought I needed to say to women in order to have sex, telling my bosses whatever I thought they needed to hear to not just fire me, lying to my parents or hiding things, with my friends being very careful of how much of me I let them see in case they would reject me or not like me or judge me. I spent a lot of time hiding the truth, like I think most people do. And it just made my life smaller. It made me smaller. It made my relationships less connected. It made me feel very disconnected from everybody. Hiding the truth and not just saying what was on my mind became very lonely. I think a lot of people, maybe a lot of you, are lonely. You feel like you have to put up a mask. You have to always wear a mask and be a certain person when you're with your family, a different person when you're at work. You got to be professional and not get fired. You have to be different when you're with women. You got to be the alpha male who's confident and charismatic and flirty and charming and good and all of this. And you can never say the wrong thing or she'll lose attraction. All of that is fucking exhausting. And at some point I just got tired and I said, fuck this. I want to just start telling the truth. I put it on my body, on my arm, speak truth, as a reminder to myself every time I look down. Even if I say something that's honest and the other person doesn't like that and they leave me, I would rather they get the fuck out of my life than they stay based on a lie. And honesty is an ideal that you work towards. You might not always be perfectly honest. I'm not. It's something that you improve with reps. You're always trying to hit a new PR with your honesty, especially in dating. A lot of you are going to be very scared to start telling the truth to women. You're going to be terrified to let them see the real you. You're going to be terrified that that vulnerability will be like a put-off to them, like they won't be turned on by it. They'll leave. But again, like I said, wouldn't you rather they leave? Wouldn't you rather they get the fuck out if they don't like you? If they don't like your honesty? If they don't like what's actually in your head and your heart, wouldn't you rather they leave so you're freed up to then go and find the person that does like you, that does appreciate you, that does want to be with you, that does like you for who you fucking are? And that doesn't mean that there isn't self-improvement. I always say be you, like be yourself, but be the best you that you can be. Yes, be hitting the gym if that's important to you. Dress better, work on your confidence. If you want to get flirty and work on that, do that. If you want to improve XYZ, then improve XYZ. But do that while being true to yourself. Do that while having integrity. Be the man that you want to be, not the man that other people tell you that you should be. The world has enough should in it. There are enough shoulds to sink a ship. People love using the word should because it's a form of guilt tripping or a form of shaming. But fuck that shit, gentlemen. Sit there and ask yourself, who the fuck do I want to be? And then be the best version of that man, that you. And like I said, honesty can be scary at first. You're really terrified of rejection, terrified of vulnerability, terrified of being judged, terrified that the other person won't know how to handle your honesty, that it will be awkward and uncomfortable. But honesty is something you improve at reps or with reps. At first, you be honest with yourself. Then you start being a little bit more honest with other people. You just start with tiny little baby steps. You don't have to just dump all of your honesty all at once. Little tiny baby steps. And slowly with practice, it becomes a habit. And I promise eventually you get to a point where honesty is easier and lying becomes this difficult, almost impossible thing. You'll still do it from time to time when you're trying to get something or you're trying to seek approval or you don't want to be judged. And you'll catch yourself lying and then you'll go back to that person and say, hey, sorry, I lied. Here's the actual truth. Honesty will become so much easier than lying, and that is when this stuff becomes really, really, really beautiful. And like I said, part of the reason why most men, maybe most people struggle with honesty is a fear of being judged, a fear of confrontation, a fear of just the other person having a little freak out. And yes, some people will have a little confrontation with you when you're honest. Some people will call you out. Some people will challenge your honesty, especially if you all of a sudden just start being more honest. People will go, what's gotten into you? Like, why are you being more honest all of a sudden? You weren't like this before. What's changed? And that's okay. You don't have to handle those confrontations perfectly. I used to be so terrified of confrontation or judgmentalism or being called out on stuff. It was like my biggest fear, and I avoided it at all costs. And the cheat code, or the thing that helped me, was to realize I don't have to handle confrontation perfectly. If I'm awkward, that's okay. If it's uncomfortable, that's okay. If it's weird, that's okay. If I freak out, that's okay. If they freak out, everything will be okay. And a saying that really helped me is everything is okay and everything is going to be okay. And so ironically, the best thing you can do to be okay with confrontation or being judged is to say it's okay if I'm not good at confrontation and I'm not good at being judged. It's okay if I freak out. It's okay if I'm awkward. It's okay if it feels terrible in my heart and soul. That's okay. A lot of you are so terrified of your feelings, like fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear of feeling like an idiot, fear of fear itself. But gentlemen, they are just feelings. They can't hurt you. And a lot of the time we have fear of honesty because we're afraid of losing something. We're afraid that if we tell the truth, we'll lose our job. Maybe you will. But is that really a job you want to keep based on a fucking lie or multiple lies? Maybe we're afraid if I tell the truth, this woman will leave. Don't you want her to leave? If there is a deal breaker in either something that you're saying or something that you're doing or who you are or the relationship dynamic, don't you want her to leave so you can go and find the person who likes you and who wants to be with you and who appreciates you for you? Why do you want to be in a relationship based on a lie? That is exhausting. You are going to have to keep that lie up for the duration of the relationship. What do you think happens when she finds out the truth about you or the dynamic or whatever it is that you're hiding or that you're afraid of her finding out? The fuck do you think happens? And I did this myself for many years. I would hide the fact that I was dating multiple women, or at least wasn't upfront and honest about it. If a woman asked me, then I would tell her, yes, I'm seeing other girls. And a lot of women in those moments were very hurt. They were like, but I've been seeing you for 3 months. Why didn't you tell me that you were seeing other women? And I'd be like, whoa, you didn't ask. I didn't lie. But if you asked me, I would have told you. And I just did tell you. So clearly I would have told you. And she was like, I wish you'd told me. And I had to live in fear. I would be afraid that a woman had accidentally left like a hair tie or a hair clip or something in my apartment. And sometimes that happened. Or if her hair was on the floor, like, you know, people's hair falls out. If there was hair in the kitchen, on the floor, on the tiles, and another woman saw that and was like, oh, what's that hair? Then I'd have to be like, oh, fuck. It's from this other girl that I'm seeing. And then we'd have a big confrontation and all of that stuff. I lived in fear of women finding this shit out. I was afraid to ever like show them something on my phone because like, what if they saw my phone and at that exact moment, another girl texted me or something and the notification came up. And so I lived in fear. I've had the same thing with friends and family when I've hid things from them or kept things to myself. The same thing in workplaces. Like if I make a mistake and I don't fully own up to it and I just go, fuck, I hope they don't find out about this. Then I live in fear for the next like 3 to 6 months or a year. And half the time they do find out about it and they're like, why didn't you fucking tell me? If you had told me, we could have fixed this immediately. And I'm like, I felt embarrassed and ashamed. And they're like, well, fuck, man, there's not a reason not to tell me. We could have fixed this. It wouldn't have even been a big problem. Now it is a problem because you hid it for a year and now I can't trust you. And that's the thing. When we lie, we erode trust with other people or they can't trust us as much. And then they're less honest with us as well. That's one of the beautiful things about being honest is that a lot of people will see you being honest and then they will be that honest back with you. And my God, is that a beautiful reciprocal relationship. But even more importantly than that, when you are honest, you have trust with yourself. You can lay your head down on the pillow at night and be comfortable with the decisions you made that day. You can actually sleep well. How many of you can say that? How many of you can say you lay your head down on the pillow at night and have no regrets? A lot of you live in constant, perpetual agony from all the regrets you have, from the way you've treated people in the past, the way you've treated yourself, the goals you haven't gone for, the life you haven't lived. A lot of you are in literal, perpetual fucking pain from the regret that you have. That's a lot of the reason why a lot of you watch this channel, because you're like, my life is full of regret. I didn't talk to that girl when I was, 20. I missed out on the college experience. I'm not living the life I want. And so honesty with yourself is maybe the most important type of honesty that there is. Telling the truth to yourself is where this has to start, guys. A lot of you are so unhappy in your life and you're not being fully honest with yourself about it. You tell yourself, I'm okay. I got some video games. I got porn. Porn isn't too bad. I like a bit of porn on the weekends. It's fun to jerk my dick. And fine, if you like that, that's fine. But you're lying to yourself, a lot of you. You eat junk food, you self-medicate, you're not really happy, you're just sort of letting life pass you by because you're afraid to be fully honest with yourself. You're afraid to look into the mirror and say, I'm not happy. You're afraid of that. Some of you work up the courage to say that and you leave comments down below, or you email me, or you apply for the coaching program and we change your fucking life. And some of you are ready to be that honest right now, but some of you are not, and that's okay too. You can work up the courage to be honest with yourself. But try to start being just a little bit more honest with yourself. And if you're not happy, fucking say that. You guys are very welcome to leave a comment down below and literally just say, I'm not happy. And then I will jump in there and I will try and help. Or like I said, reach out to me for coaching and we will literally help you. We will literally fix it or improve your life. We will get you the things that you want. You're very welcome to reach out. Like I said, there is a link down below. Right now is the perfect time too, because there's 50% off the coaching. But start being honest with your damn self. And one of the beautiful things about honesty is it gives you clarity. It gives you direction. It gives you peace. And even if you're not fully where you want to be, if you're honest about that and honest with other people and you're honest in your dealings with human beings, you hold your head up and you're like, at least I'm honest. At least I'm a man of integrity. At least I'm a man of truth. I like the direction I'm going in. I'm not fully where I want to be, and that's okay too. I'm at least honest enough to admit that as well. But I like who I am. And you'll find that a lot of people like the man or the woman that is honest. Like, don't you guys like people that are honest with you? Isn't it funny how much we have this expectation that everyone else has to be honest with us? And if someone lies to you, God, you see them as the fucking devil. You want to go to war with that person. Like you raise hell on earth to try and get revenge on the person that tells even just the smallest lie to you. And then how many of you are living your lives in a state of perpetual lying, or not being fully honest, or not letting down that mask, or not sharing with people what's in your heart or your mind, hiding the truth? How many of you walk past really cute girls that you just so badly want to tell them that they're pretty, but you don't? That's not integrity, man. And then you don't tell the truth to yourself and admit that you're unhappy about that. You lie to yourself and say that, hey, I'm okay, like things are fine, like I'm okay with my life, but secretly you're not. Tell the fucking truth. The truth shall set you free. And when you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. And honesty is how you build a good life. Again, I think we all know this. My relationships are based on honesty. Again, I'm not always perfectly honest. You guys don't have to be either, but just try your best to be as honest as you possibly can and work on being more and more honest every day. But my relationships are built on honesty. You guys are here because I try my absolute best to always tell you the truth. Again, not always perfect with that, but I try my freaking best to not hide anything from you. I try and be honest with you. I've told you guys that I went to fucking prison when I was younger. I told you that I was depressed and suicidal. I tell you when relationships of mine break up. I share all of that shit. I try and be vulnerable. I share all my doubts and insecurities. I tell you guys that I have money stress sometimes. I tell you guys that I sometimes worry I'm not going to be able to help enough of you, and that brings me some pain sometimes. I share my vulnerability with all of you. I tell you guys that I'm not confident all the time. I tell you when I'm nervous. I tell you when I'm shy. I tell you when I'm feeling awkward. I tell you when I'm tired, when I don't feel passionate about doing a video. I sit down and say, hey guys, I'm a little bit tired today, but I showed up anyway. Let's have a good video. That's me being honest. I'm not perfect with it, but I'm doing my best. And that is probably why you're here, because I tell you the fucking truth. I don't sugarcoat shit. I try and be nice about it. I'm compassionate and kind to you guys, but I'm not going to fucking lie to you. I'm not going to tell you something that you want to hear if it isn't what I truly believe. I'm not going to just fucking push you guys to have manipulation tactics and pickup artist tactics and all of that stuff. I'm going to say walk up to women and tell them the goddamn truth. You find them pretty and you would like to take them on a goddamn date. Stop getting fancy with it. If you want to flirt, that's fine. Do that shit. That's fun. But don't fucking use dumbass techniques. Walk up and tell the damn truth, gentlemen. Be a man of integrity, a man who stands behind his words and doesn't hide behind lines. Fuck, that was fire. I want to say that again. Be a man who stands behind truth and doesn't hide behind lines. Stop rehearsing shit. I mean, fuck, if you want to rehearse shit, fine. But like, fucking tell the truth, gentlemen. It's probably why you're here. It's probably why a bunch of you give me ridiculous sums of money that I'm so unbelievably grateful for. And you literally say, Andy, here's a lot of my money. Some of you literally give me your life savings and say, these are my life savings. I trust you. Please don't let this be a mistake. And I'm like, I got you, brother. We got you. We're going to change your life. And then we do. You trust me because I'm honest. If I wasn't honest, I'd have to use manipulation tactics on you guys. I'd have to use sales techniques on you guys. I'd have to push you. I'd have to do this. I'd have to do that. Sounds fucking exhausting. But because I try my best to always tell you guys the truth, I can literally just sit here and say, like, ready, watch this. Right now, my coaching is 50% off for the next 25 days. If you would like that, there's a link down below. We have payment plans. We would love to change your life. Jump on a free call with me, and I will coach the living shit out of you. I absolutely guarantee you results. We will get you that life that you want. There you go. That's my fucking sales pitch, guys. I'm just like, hey, I have this fucking coaching thing. Do you want it? It's 50% off right now. Now's a good time. Fucking sign up. Let's do it. That's it. Same with dating. You can walk up to women and be like, hey, I find you fucking sexy. Hey, you're cute. Do you want to go on a date with me? That's it. In friendships, hey, man, here's some shit that I've been afraid to tell you. Here you go. Or with relationships and dating and sex and even casual relationships. Hey, here's something I was nervous to tell you. Here you go. Here's my biggest insecurity. I want to blurt it out. Here's how I'm feeling. Let me just tell you that. You can just say the truth, guys. You don't have to fucking hide things. Again, when you tell the truth, there is nothing to remember. And so my tattoo on my arm, speak truth, the tattoo on my body that will permanently be there, is a reminder for me to be raw, to be real, and do that with compassion. Not just being blunt and honest with people to clumsily hurt them, although that might happen sometimes accidentally. But to be raw, to be myself, to not fuck around with saying things the most perfect way, to not sitting there for 10 weeks trying to figure out the best way to say something, just saying it. And if I'm ever scared to say something, I can say, hey, I'm a little nervous to say this. Here you go. Or, hey, I can't think of the best way to say this, and maybe this comes out a bit clumsy, and, if this hurts you, just tell me, we can talk about it. I'm not meaning to hurt you, but, and then I tell the truth. There are ways of, allowing yourself to tell the truth in an easier way if you're scared. But this tattoo is a reminder to just show up as me. And obviously the best version of me that I can be, self-improvement is a very real thing. It helps a hell of a lot. But I am always trying to be me, and I am always trying to be just a little bit more me every single day. That's the mission that we're all on. That is what self-improvement is. Be you and be the best you that you can be. And so I invite all of you to think of one truth that you have been avoiding. Maybe you haven't been honest with yourself. Maybe you're unhappy and you just haven't admitted that to yourself. Maybe you've been wanting to sign up for coaching, but you've been scared and you haven't admitted that. Email me and fucking tell me that. Or leave a comment down below. Maybe you've been wanting to talk to girls, but you're scared. Maybe you feel like you have a really strong porn addiction, but you haven't admitted that. Maybe you're an alcoholic or a drug addict and you're so scared to say that to yourself because those words feel terrifying. I get that, trust me. But whatever truth you have been avoiding, say it to yourself. If you're scared, write it down on a fucking piece of paper or send it to in a text message to a friend or a family member. Write it in the comments below. If you want to be anonymous, you're very welcome to email me. And I will not read out your comments. I never read out people's emails unless they give me permission. But you can fucking email me or apply for the goddamn coaching program. And you can tell me it privately and I'll coach you on it. I'll help you with it. But admit it. Say the thing that you're scared to say. And start, just with the tiniest little baby steps, start living that life of integrity, of truth, and of honesty. Freedom comes after the truth, not before it. Again, I have coaching right now. If you would like some help with this, the coaching is 50% off right now, just for the next 26 days. Now is the most perfect time to sign up. We have payment plans, so money doesn't have to be a barrier. I am very happy to jump on a call with you and talk through your fears, talk through your doubts, and I will listen to the things that you've been afraid to admit, the truth that you haven't wanted to admit or that you haven't wanted to face. I will be there for that. So will the rest of the coaching group. Link is down below. I would love to change your life. And you don't have to sit there in fear of the truth, fear of the things you want, fear of yourself, fear of other people. Let us help. The coaching program is literally pay to win. You pay the money and then you get the result. Literally that is what it is for. So the link is down below. I would love to see you there. And if you want to change your life, start with honesty. I tattooed it on my arm so I never forget. You don't need the tattoo, but you do need the truth.